Thank you very much. My name is Ike Chukwuebe by name. I live in Enugu. I'm from Enugu State, Nigeria. I will start by saying the sign that a son is becoming mature in a family is the ability to begin to ask questions. And I think I must also commend our president, because our privilege last, just about very few days ago on October 1st, in one of his address, he made it very clear that time has come when as Nigerians, we have to be coming together to ask ourselves one or two questions in order to move forward. So I want to appreciate the Nigerian youth, especially for knowing that it's their right, if not for any other thing, and it's right to ask what has gone wrong. Where have we offended our fathers, our leaders, and then also believing God that when they ask the right question, they will get the right answer. So I think what I've started is the right thing to do in a time like this. Well, I must have to tell you the truth. I am a firm believer that in every demonstration there is expectation. But when there is a divine attention, there is no need of demonstration. The whole essence of demonstrating is to get the attention of the government. But I also want to say, there is, if the attention given is not a divine attention, if it is just the type of promise that you have been receiving, I think that is why the thing continued, and before you know it, I believe that government, from the depth of their heart, will back up whatever they have promised our youth with action. And I want to appeal to our Nigerian youth. If there is a divine attention given to them, there is no need of demonstration. Otherwise, all the good intention they have will be messed up. I must be very sincere with you. Our youth are very, very correct in not trusting the government. And even our government knows that what these people are saying, there's no need of giving them that trust anymore, because they have failed us again and again. So it is now left for the government to strategize in not doing it as usual. It's time to begin to seek for men and women that can be able to partner with the government, because it's our nation, and whatever happened to one happened to another. The government has the responsibility to bear the sword of security to protect the nation, but there are some issues that requires critical thinking, critical wisdom. If all the people that have been advising you are part of the people that are making you to fail in one way or the other, I think it's high time you begin to seek for counsel from men and women that are not just doing it politically or politics as usual. It's this issue of politics as usual. Politicians cannot solve this type of problem. I believe that our leaders still have opportunity to begin to seek for men and women in various field of endeavor that can be able to help. You can't give what you don't have. The government have to do their own part, but the situation we find ourselves now, I believe from the depth of my heart, if you don't have peace, you can't give peace. If you don't have mercy, you can't give mercy. If you don't know how to mediate or don't know how to reconcile, instead of making the people angry more or setting the youth against the government or government against the youth, I think you better stay away so that other people can be able to come on board and then exert their own wisdom. We condemn in totality that dastardly act. Is ungodly, is the highest level of wickedness. And these people that have done this, they are the real enemy of our leaders, that are the real enemy of this country. These young people, had they been this thing happen when they were burning tires or they were moving along the street doing one thing or the other, but this thing happened when these people they were in one place. And there's no evidence that these young people they were throwing stone or doing one thing or another when this thing happened. Just like now they have started destroying a lot of places now. If government begin to act now, definitely the government will not fold their hand so that these young people will destroy everybody. But when this issue of shooting happened, I don't think it's right. And a lot of young people, innocent ones, the real genuine protesters has gone. So I think this is the reason why the thing have escalated. It's very, very wrong, and we have to condemn that act of whatever that's happening now is as a result of that very act of wickedness against man's humanity to man. I must be sincere with you. I will tell you the truth. I regard people in position of authorities as fathers, as leaders. But I have also come to realize that people cannot give you what they don't have. So everybody is employing one strategy or the other in order to come out of this situation. But sometimes because of being it, you are damaging things. So I will tell you that when this type of thing is happening, because things is already going wrong, people will be blaming one another. This is not the time to blame one another. If the politician, the only strategy they have is to sponsor hoodlum to stop people from doing the protests, are you hearing me? That is also their own strategy in order to come out of the situation. The most important thing now is that we have come to realize all this human ideology and all these tricks of divide and rule, all these things that are being using in order to put this nation perpetually in bondage, because many of them are there not because they have interest to serve the nation, but because they are there to make money. It will no longer work. So what is important now is not who is sponsoring who or who is not sponsoring who. The most important thing now, I am appealing to the Nigerian youth. In every demonstration, there is expectation. Our youth has a genuine expectation, but I am also appealing to the government, especially Mr. President, who is the commander-in-chief, that utmost attention, I mean divine attention, will be given to this Nigerian youth. Even the one that we call hoodlums, they are our sons and our daughters. We raise them. Is when you fail to do your responsibility. So we have failed to do one or two things for so many years, and that thing is now backsliding. You don't expect everybody to bonfire. I might not go to the road to bonfire, but some people are praying, some people will bonfire, some people will give counsel. So what is important now is that everybody should arise, because what is happening now is a proof that no one is free until all is free. All we need is to tell ourselves the truth. Whenever you give birth to a child and then you find out that the young child, maybe at the age of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, the baby is crying, all you need to do is to pay attention to find out why the baby is crying. Sometimes when they are being attacked by fever, they don't even know which one is fever. All they need to do is to cry, and it is left for the responsibility of their father to know what is wrong with them. So if our leaders or people who have find themselves in the position of authority in our nation, if they feel that they cannot be able to control the great blessing that God has given unto us as a nation, the majority of the populace of this nation, there's no need of you. Just like in a family, you know you cannot be able to take care of 8 children. You can't give birth to 8 children. And at the end of the day, you're unable to train any of them in the school. And tomorrow they all turn to be armed robber. What is the essence? So the issue of remaining together as one Nigeria, to me, is the best option. But in a situation whereby you're a father and you cannot be able to take care of your children, instead the children will destroy you and destroy themselves, I think the best thing is not to begin to think, to advise ourselves. So I believe that this cry of our Nigerian youth is very genuine, and if utmost attention is given to them, there's no need. I believe that the unity will succeed. I'll tell you, I believe in one Nigeria. I just saw in a place where somebody made a statement and he said that the test of religion is where you fit in the time of emergencies. So I will be very open to say, I'll start by saying I am not an ordained clergy. I'm just a child of God who loves God and who love the people and who love my country, but I must be very sincere with you. This is the time for every religious body to begin to move beyond praying in our hidden place and to begin to come out, to encourage, to provide solution. This is not the time to blame one another. This is the time, not the time to talk of the superiority of religion. This is the time that religion should stand up as a conscience of the nation, because you don't expect a trained soldier to become an instrument of reconciliation. A soldier is trained to protect me and you, and they are doing their own part. The president and the commander-in-chief will play his own part. The governor will play his own part. I am also calling on all our religious, both the Muslims and the Christians, all our traditional owners. This is not the moment of hiding. This is the time to come out with a clear message of reconciliation, and also telling the government, helping the government how best to do it. So all of us will suppose, if we are not burning fire and we are not destroying things, if we are not doing anything, we are part of the problem. So this is the time for all of us to come out and begin to help to rebuild our nation. I believe from the depth of my heart that out of this very deep darkness will come out a brand new nation that all of us will be proud to enjoy.